Rise and shine. It's time to get the day started with the morning show of record for the Homestead community. It is the Farm2Table Direct Show, morning edition. Buckle in. We have a heater today. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Joy Bartlett. Good morning, Rebecca Touchbayarn. Glad to see y'all in. First one's in this morning. That's right. Good morning, Scotty. Glad to see you this morning. Our morning crew coming in. I hope y'all's Thursday is off to a great start. It is nice and cold here. It's a marvelous 18 degrees outside this morning. And so I'm looking forward to that. Working outside, said me never in cold weather like this. My hands are going to die today. But anyway, speaking of weather, let's head on over first thing and see our good buddy Jack. All right. Let's see. All right.
Well, good morning, Rednecks. It is 16 degrees this morning, February the 13th, 2025. Got 14-mile-an-hour north wind making it feel like it's 1 degrees, and we're only going to get to 32 today. God bless y'all.
Brr, it is just as cold out there with Jack this morning as it is right here in western Arkansas. Uh, Yep. Good morning, Tracy. Glad to see you in. Said icy mist came in off the lake. Now, if I oh, 9 degrees in central Missouri. Holy. Yep, it's definitely winter, and that pesky groundhog might have been right. Yeah, it said it feels like 7 here where I'm at. So I don't know. We got snow chances next week. I'm just not happy about it. But anyway, that is the weather. Scotty says he has ice coming down, but won't last too long. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Scotty. Stay inside, stay safe if you can today. If you have to be out in it, bundle up and be careful out there. It's that time of year. Those temperatures get that cold, man. Things can happen real quick. But anyway, so thanks, Jack, for that. And we're going to jump right into today's reality smackdown. Trump upends U.S. policy on Ukraine, says he and Putin have agreed to begin talks on ending the war. Ooh, goodness, Joey, 12 degrees in northeast Oklahoma. Yep, that is definitely cold. Um, anyway, let's see. Uh, I'm glad that there's something going on. Anyway, or anyway, U.S. judge allows Trump to proceed with government employee buyout. But I did read that the doors already closed for those already signed up. But for the so I mean, there's quite a bunch of people that have opted in for that. But anyway, also. Former Democrat, former Senator Representative Tulsi Gabbard confirmed as U.S. intelligence chief yesterday. So congratulations on that to her. Hopefully she does a good job with that. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But it's another win for the Trump team. And speaking of that, the Department of Justice, under our new Attorney General there, the Department of Justice sues New York over the handling of illegal immigration. So yeah, they're getting ready to round things up there. Sounds like things are hot. And let's see, let's flip the other one over here. Let me see. Trump administration's border czar and Homeland Security Secretary Christine Noem have suggested recent leaks about immigration and customs enforcement raids are coming from the FBI. And let's see, I'm going to continue to this one. The price of eggs says it hit a record high in January. U.S. egg per record. $4.95 a dozen. That must be an average. As the prices soared, millions of chickens are killed. We're going to get into that as part of today's thing. Several major retailers have imposed limits on purchase. I know, Scotty, you mentioned that the other day up there. Where you're at. And so, yeah, anyway, just shows you there's something going on. And it is a part of our title this morning. Should have already said that. I'm 4 minutes in. Good morning, Todd, Robin, whichever one's listening. I'm assuming it's Todd. Anyway, yeah, existential crisis. And that's what we're going to get into today here in just a few minutes. But anyway, let's head on over to this day in history. 1799, first U.S. law regulating insurance passed by Scotty's home state of Massachusetts. That's right. Wow. Anyway, first, and it began all the way back in 1799. Anyway, 1861, Abraham Lincoln declared U.S. president in Washington, D.C. Uh, anyway, I'm going to pause for a second. Joy's coming right out the right out the gate this morning. Hey, good morning, Dina. Glad to see you in with us. Anyway, Joy started right out the gate. Well, upset with Elon saving us all taxes. You are welcome. Well, I don't know if he's saving the taxes, but he's at least trimming down the budget. We're getting rid of some wasteful spending. But so first shot fired this morning already. Thank you, Joy. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, speaking of that, 1866, Jesse James holds up his first bank, stealing $15,000 from the Clay County Savings Association in Liberty, Missouri. Right there in your home state there, Rebecca, right there in Missouri. Anyway, 1905, negative 29 degrees Fahrenheit in Pond, Arkansas, state record. We can say it could get colder. Robbie's not listening yet; he'll listen later. So our home state right there. So it could be colder, is what they're saying. Anyway, 1932, Free Eats, which was anyway, introduces George Spanky McFarland to Our Gang. Everybody remembers Spanky from the Little Rascals and Our Gang. 1943, this one near and dear as far as the Marine Corps. Women's U.S. Marine Corps created in 1943. They stayed separate, much like Women's Army Corps and the Navy. Well, anyway, then they, combined them all up, put them as one service. But anyway, okay, jumping forward, 1982, Pink Floyd's album "Dark Side of the Moon" marks 402 weeks on Billboard's top 200 album charts. I had that. I had that. I like that album. But anyway, back when I listened to that kind of music. But anyway, 2000, the last original Peanuts comic strip appears in newspapers one day after Charles M. Schulz dies. It's a sad day, Charlie Brown. It was a sad day. Anyway, and in 2022, Canadian police arrest truckers who have protested a vaccine mandate for blocking Ambassador's Bridge between Detroit and Windsor for a week at the busiest land border crossing in North America. So, yep, I remember that in the news. Anyway, good morning, Melly. You're up early this morning, or Keith. He must have woke you up early this morning. Shame on him. But anyway, I don't see him in there. I tell you what. But anyway, so that is this day in history. So buckle up, folks. Here we go. We're about to get into the existential threat. That's right. We're talking eggs. We're talking farm. We're talking dairy. We're talking milk. We're talking about it all this morning. We're going to get fired up here in just a minute because I'll promise you, when I came across this yesterday, Keith and I were discussing it on the phone. It got pretty heated, even on the phone. If we could have recorded that, it would have been a good show. But anyway, as always, this stemmed from an article from Joel Salatin. That's a regular. I read. He's awake now. My sister-in-law said Keith's awake now. So good deal. Yeah. But anyway, which I get stuff from Cultivate Newsletter. I get stuff from Joel Salatin's blog. I get stuff from other places, my sources that I like to find things because they're on top of things, and it helps me bring this stuff out to y'all. So anyway, meanwhile, let's get on. Stop me rambling. Existential threat. Here we go. Anyway, as everybody's been able to tell, anyway, wait, hang on before we go. That is cool, Scotty. That would have been cool because that's still one of my favorite. There's Bro in on the good morning. Yeah, good morning, bro. Glad to see you. Anyway, yeah, That would have been cool because Peanuts is still one of my favorite cartoons. Anyway, uh, okay. As everybody is well aware, everything Trump right now. You can't hardly find. I mean, you got to dig through the news to find things in Trump. But there's something going on right now. Many of you are aware of this. We've talked about it before, but there's something going on underneath the surface that's extremely upsetting. I want you to get this: the American Pastured Poultry Producers Association, so the APPPA, APA. Anyway, just released a 4-day synopsis of exterminated chickens, and it's quite disturbing. Just in 4 days, folks. I want you to listen to this. Now, I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff with this, and this was last week. Haven't got the new ones out, but anyway. And I'll explain a couple of terms when we go through. At least one term we'll go through there. So, starting on February 4th, Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, commercial egg layer. Now, this is exterminated chickens. So these are chickens that have been killed, or poultry that has been killed because of, we'll talk about here in a minute. Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, commercial egg layer, 1,975,300 birds. Adams County, Pennsylvania, what is called WOA, which is World Organization Organization of Avian Health or something like that. Anyway, non-poultry. What that is, when they say non-poultry, it's backyard flocks. It's non-commercial chickens. It's things that are not raised on a commercial farm. So that's when it says WOA non-poultry, I'm just going to say backyard flock or other 30 chickens. Mercer, Ohio, commercial turkey times 3, 27,300 times 3 means probably 3 houses. Mercer County, Ohio, egg pullets, 88,300. Mercer County, Ohio, egg layers, 96,700. Darke County, Ohio, commercial turkey, 5,400. Queens, New York, live bird market, 1,100 birds. Bronx live bird market, 100 birds. Newton County, Missouri, commercial turkey, 13,600. Lawrence County, Missouri, commercial turkey breeder, 14,300. Jasper County, Missouri, commercial turkey, 49,500. Alpena County, Michigan, non-poultry, in other words, backyard flock, 8. Worcester County, Maryland, commercial broiler, 201,600. Harvey County, Kansas, 50 bird backyard flock or something, non-commercial. That was in 1 day, folks. That was 1 day of this 4. It just goes on. The 5th of February, Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, 26,000 commercial broiler, 26,400. Back in Mercer County, Ohio, which by the way is being labeled as the home or the epicenter, if you will, the most infected county, Mercer County, Ohio. 174,600 egg layers. Same thing, commercial turkey, Mercer County, 8,900. Augalaize County, Ohio, commercial turkey at 11,000. Queens, New York, live bird market, 520. Larimore County, Colorado, 10 birds backyard flock. Stanislaus County, California, commercial turkey, 30,200. Pinal County, Arizona, they didn't give a number on that one, but some were killed there. Okay, that was 1 day. The 6th, Lebanon County, Pennsylvania, 86,000 egg layers. Lancaster County, that's right, that Lancaster County, 40,000 commercial duck. Lancaster County, non-poultry or non-commercial, 14,900. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. That tells me that many numbers. Were they on an Amish farm? I wonder. Right there in Lancaster, that's a lot of birds for a non-commercial. Mercer County, Ohio, back there in Mercer County again, 232,600. Mercer County commercial turkey times 2, 30,000. Darke County, again back in Darke County, Ohio, egg layers, 522,200. Queens live bird market, 200. Newton County, Missouri, 44,400 commercial broiler. Lawrence County, Missouri, commercial 9,500. New London, Connecticut, 20 birds non-commercial. Lebanon County, okay, that was the 6th. The 7th is the 4th day, just a few here. Lebanon County, PA, commercial broiler, 53.5. Lancaster County again, 610 backyard non-commercial. That's right, Amos Miller's County, Lancaster County. Anyway, Lancaster County 610 non-commercial. Mercer County again, egg layers times 2, 485,200. Mercer County, Ohio, commercial turkey, 4,100. And Calcasieu County, Louisiana, backyard flock of 10. Now, folks, that was a lot of numbers, and I know that might have been boring as tears to listen to. And everything, but I mean, I wanted you to hear some of the numbers. That was insanely. I didn't do the math to add it up, but let's just say that that's a whole lot of birds. And if you're still with me, you realize that this list, and even just a glance at it, we're in a weird place. So here's the situation, as far as we can figure out. The USDA, head of the bird flu program, now says it is ubiquitous. It is in the air everywhere. I don't know, but that's what they're saying. The USDA is using the widely discredited PCR test to determine what chickens and turkeys, and now dairy cows, have it. We all know how accurate that PCR test was, right? Remember COVID? Anyway, the PCR test, a bit like using a virus microscope, and you can adjust the magnification called cycles to find smaller and smaller bits and pieces. The Massachusetts Department of Agriculture, Scotty's home state there, to our knowledge, the only state that has officially and publicly said anything above 30 cycles is fraudulent. In other words, you can magnify until you find parts anywhere, on your eating utensils, in your hair, and certainly in feathers. The USDA is using 45 cycles. Good morning, Jack. Glad to see you in with us, buddy. In other words, if you go low enough on the particle size, you can find anything anywhere. And like the Russians used to say, show me the man and I'll show you the crime. In other words, if you want to arrest someone, there's enough rules to find something he offended. And that's kind of seems like that's where it's at. Now, listen to this. Anyone who grows plants and animals knows that to strengthen genetics, you save, cultivate, and breed the survivors of a disease. You don't exterminate the specimens with immune systems strong enough to overcome the disease. Blanket extermination of even the immune chickens is probably one of the most asinine protocols ever foisted upon the food system. Anyway, well, anyway, let me see. Sorry, I lost my track. Joel wasn't willing to go out and suggest a conspiracy or nefarious agenda, but I'll jump off there. Something ain't right, folks. Something just ain't right, and it doesn't make sense. So we're going to cruise right on down because, folks, I don't know if you realize that there's an egg shortage, as has been talked about. Scotty has told us that they're limited on eggs, what they can get up there. That only one place where you can get a dozen eggs. And what's going on around the egg prices in the stores, much higher than that $4. In places, I know that we've had people talk about $6 plus a dozen. In the stores and stuff. So things are going on, and we're going to get into the whys. But I'm going to add to the second half of this. Okay. We know we know when they talk about culling millions of birds or killing out these houses, it's CAFOs, which is combined animal feeding organs. It's closed-in chicken houses. And we'd probably die too. Bird poop in a sunless, dirt-floor building, chemically treated bird food, nothing to do with viruses. A virus, but get this, as far as I know, a virus has never been isolated here, there, or everywhere. It's just kind of one of those things. But our good friends over at Weston A. Price, back in June of last year, put out an action alert. And this action alert was planned shutdown of raw milk farmers. You know what? Well, one, Jack's being awful generous. And yeah, I wish we could, right? Jack, wish you could ship some eggs up there. But that's right. Farming nature's way. We're all guilty until proven innocent. That is the seems to be the motto at times. It seems to be the way things have flipped. That's for certain, and especially in the eyes of the lamestream media and what they'll do to a person. Um, Anyway, Weston A. Price. On June 6th, the FDA wrote to all state public health and agriculture agencies advising them on the need to collectively, quote, quote, collectively work to address new developments related to the presence of highly pathogenic avian influenza in dairy cattle. Although admitting we do not know at this time if the HPI H5N1 can be transmitted to humans through consumption of raw milk and products made from raw milk from infected cows, the agency recommends that health and agriculture departments distribute messaging to the public about health risks of consuming raw milk and raw milk products. Implement a surveillance testing program in your state to identify the presence of HPI H5N1 virus in dairy herds that might be engaged in producing raw milk for intrastate sales. The FDA and USDA will provide technical assistance and sampling and testing. I'm going to put this up, Tracy. Yeah, we this says this morning. Okay, so this is fresh, hot off the presses from the great state of Ohio. Thanks, Tracy. News said the first Ohio human contracted bird flu case from farmer handling a dead bird was reported. Boy, I'd like to know more about that one. I'd like to know the backstory. There's always a backstory, even with that gentleman in Louisiana and some of these others. So there you go, folks. It's going. It's in the news. I've seen headlines everywhere, and it's usually all twisted up a certain way. But anyway, let me see. So motive is clearly stated where I was talking about with this plan to get rid of raw milk. Clearly stated for states that permit the sale of raw milk within their state, use regulatory authorities or implement other measures as appropriate to stop the sale of raw milk that may present a risk to consumers. We can assume from this memo that raw milk farmers will be receiving visits from officials wanting to test their milk for a non-existent virus using a bogus testing method, just as they have done for flocks of chickens. Now, some chicken farmers have avoided this testing and prevented the slaughter of their animals by insisting that the inspectors fill out 2 questionnaires: inspector information form to obtain the names and contact information of those visiting their farm, and a questionnaire for the inspector, which asks for proof of successful isolation of the bird flu virus, proof of contagious nature of the bird flu virus, type of test that will be used, and contact information of the lab that will be doing the testing. Now, obviously, no inspector will be able to provide the information requested on the form, information that is the farmer's right to have. The hope is that they will leave and never come back, as they have with astute chicken farmers. Actually, please share these forms with raw milk producers. I'm going to share them up there. We hope that these prevent the FDA's planned shutdown of raw milk farmers. And that was from Sally Fallon Morrell, the president of Weston A. Price Foundation. Now, what I'm about to do, I'm going to pull this off. I'll go over here. Let me see. Hang on. No. I'm going to bring okay, let me see. I got that. I had that. Copy link. All right. Sorry. I'm having to do a little bit of. Let's see. Okay. Right there is the link to what I just read. That Weston A. Price action alert from June of last year about raw milk farmers. So get that out. On that page, and I'm going to show you, on that page is this inspector information form. This is what it looks like: badge number, agency, purpose of visit, and all these different questions. Let me see. Let me go over here and share this. I'm scrolling on it like it. Yeah. I'm going to share this to y'all. This is kind of a sample of the form. Anyway, what it looks like. And see, Amos there. He's part of the Weston A. Price. So if you want to know, you can get on there and click it. You can find Amos. But anyway, So it's got all this information. Now, on the page that I just shared the link to, that article down at the bottom, you can download the inspector information form and you can download the inspector questionnaire form if a person is interested in that. So follow that link that's right there. I dropped it in the comments, and you can get to more information. I strongly suggest get on the Weston A. Price Foundation. They keep up with this stuff. They're all things food. So this is some of the thoughts. I'm not putting names on this because I didn't go through it, but this is just some of the things that, and by all means, feel free to let me know what y'all think about this. But this is some of the thoughts that came up. People commented, a total scam. Tests are not accurate or meant to be employed diagnostically. The birds killed are not even sick. This person said that in California, forced the recall of all the raw milk products too, as the cow now ostensibly have bird flu. All this despite the fact that even the CDC says they see no plausible evidence that raw milk has sickened, let alone killed anyone at all in California. That was one comment. Keith had a question for everybody. Is this the most virulent in history? It seems to be spreading. Of course, you stick something out of a lab, USDA in Georgia, stick something in a lab on a migratory bird and let it loose. And Keith put this up. Here's the answer. For wild birds, yes, it is considered unprecedented in scale and lethality. Entire seabird colonies have been wiped out, and bird mortality numbers are higher than in any previous outbreak. So, is the bird flu real? Yes. Is the H5N1 real? Yes. The real question is how is it guiding? How is it being morphed? How is it being spread? We did a show on the Farm2Table Direct Show here a few weeks ago about this on our night show. Go check that video out. You can kind of get some breakdown on kind of how some of this stuff has happened and what kind of mess we're dealing with thanks to the USDA, as has been alleged, and seems to be truthful. Anyway, ginned up accusations and applicable mainstream media does not a scientific crisis make. No, it ain't a science crisis, but we're dang sure going to have to deal with them regulators. It's just another orchestrated attempt to destroy our financial independence, health, and resilience from government control. More tactics straight from the classic Marxist playbook. Control over food, health, jobs, education, destruction of religious faith, all make people more dependent on the state, therefore more docile and manageable. Here's another one. The blanket extermination, even of the immune chickens, probably one of the most asinine protocols. It's equivalent to quarantining healthy adults and teens in 2020-22. It isn't about logical, scientific-based practice. This person says, need to get RFK Jr. into his position immediately. This last-ditch efforts of a delusional, power-hungry group of control freaks, brainwashed, moronic public servants to get what they can accomplish before they get put under the spotlight. That's just that person's opinion. They could be wrong. Anyway, let's see, Trey. I think they want to fight against the positive that is happening. Interviewee that was on didn't seem concerned. She said it has been monitored for decades. I don't know if the news like that. Oh no, they don't want to hear this. There's nothing there, Tracy. They don't want to. They want the panic. Bad news sells. That's the bottom line. If there's no panic, if there's no fear, if there's no oh my gosh, the world is on fire, then nobody pays attention. And certainly within the narratives that are coming out from these agencies. But anyway, let's see. Brings to mind a trick from our childhood. If a plane crashed on the border between two countries, in which country would they bury the survivors? I love that one. Common sense says we shouldn't be burying the survivors. Yeah, exactly. Now, this one person wrote that, and this is quite a bit of a one here, but it brings stuff. I like this. I'm using it, stealing it, taking it, because this is some good information. This person says, anyway, got that up there for Keith. Symptoms are the same as gain of function research out of Athens, Georgia, and the timing is remarkably close to the first discovery of this strain. Questions? Just maybe. I'm telling you folks, this is real deal stuff. All right. But anyway, listen to this. This person said, and this was a doctor that, no, it was a representative somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, veterinarians are complicit because they know the information above. They know the bird flu is in a cow. In a cow is a cold. That's right, it's a cold. So we got to do is separate the cows, cattle, and it's a cold, and the milk after pasteurization kills the virus, so it's fine. In Pennsylvania, that's where it's from. The Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture telling dairy farmers within a 3-kilometer radius of an infected farm that they may not transport product. The front page of their biosecurity plan says that raw milk is a large culprit of the spread. Really? Anyway, and they know special interest groups and all inspectors could easily spread the virus as they go farm to farm. In Lehigh Valley, Sanofi is building a new facility for bird flu vaccines. Really funny that right up there in the Ohio, Pennsylvania areas where so much of this bird flu extermination and killing of birds is going on. Anyway, the front page they're about, okay, so they're building that for vaccines. Report this person saw said that birds in Georgia have already been inoculated with mRNA bird flu vaccines, even though no one knows the health effects of humans eating mRNA vaccinated chickens. Yeah. Hey, here's a question. Hey, listen, that Tamiflu is dangerous stuff. Now, you got to be careful with that Tamiflu. It can cause some delusional reactions, stuff like that. It's bad business. Going to get on moving through this. Why is National Institute of Health and USDA targeting eggs, raw milk, chickens, and beef? Question mark. Valid question right there. That's right. They are pushing the mRNA. Bird flu is horrific, kills lots of birds. We have to get ahead of this. The narrative on cellular agriculture or fake meat has increased. A person said they don't have any specific proof, but take a look at companies like Eat Just or New Harvest, whose mission is post-animal bioeconomy, lab-grown protein, humans and pets. But if you can, get a copy of your state's biosecurity plan for farmers due to bird flu. Each state has it. Now, I'm going to put another one of these links up here. But anyway, it's a list of detections by day. Let's see, where am I at here? Let me find this one. Let's see. Copy link. Put that over there. I'm going to paste this. Just posted a link right there. Just posted that link. And it's the daily, that's a list of detections by the day. Anyway, yeah, Pennsylvania, they've quarantined for now, but in Ohio, they've culled millions of birds. Reminds me of the time the Forest Service chopped down American chestnut trees to keep them from dying. Intentional destruction of healthy foods will substitute high-profit, highly processed foods. Now, get this one. I like this. There you go. We'll share that with Keith. USDA plan for extermination is called Stamp Out. That's right. They're trying. Now, here's an opinion. You take this for what it's worth. I don't disagree necessarily. It might be right. They are trying to cull us. We are the herd they've been working on exterminating. That's very clear. Georgia Guidestones, anyone? That's the last of those comments. But here's the thing. Keith and I were talking about this. I was doing some reading on it. Wasn't able to refine it to share this over, but it was the Pennsylvania biohazard. It was a Pennsylvania stuff from Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. But this is not just unique to Pennsylvania. Here's the deal. For these commercial growers and these commercial producers, they go in there and they have to wipe out, these houses. They have to go in there and they have to kill these houses to exterminate these birds, blanket extermination. No pulling out the sick, no culling the sick and getting them away and monitoring and checking and trying to contain and save these birds and save all this stuff. No, they just go in and they wipe out, they exterminate the entire house or houses on a farm. But relax, folks. Those commercial farmers, yes, the USDA has a subsidy for them, insurance, if you will. They have subsidies. Goes through it, files. They get a payment in the beginning, And then once everything has been cleaned and inspected in the houses and it's clear, they get the second half of payment. So they get paid for this from the USDA for these exterminations. So, question is, maybe, I don't know, if does that make it just a little easier? Now, mind you, that the companies that they're contracted to, everybody's involved in this. It's not like that. I don't know. It just upsets me. You've got a situation where you're there, and oh, by the way, we're going to exterminate all these birds, but relax. We're going to pay you for these birds. You're still going to make money. You're still going to get your income, and so no worries. And so again, our tax dollars going to pay for this. Now, when there's simple processes that could be used that would eliminate even the need to exterminate all these birds. But that would involve work, that would involve effort that they don't want to invest. And if you believe the conspiracy, if you want to call it a conspiracy, if you lean to that side, it's financial incentive for them to continue to operate under these rules and under these programs. My concern is in that list of stuff that I read on those 4 days of extermination is the number of these that are backyard flocks. So what's that tell? They don't want me and you having chickens. That's where this is headed. They don't want us private people having birds in our backyard, having chickens, having eggs. They don't want us having cows and raw milk. They don't want, or access to raw milk products. And this is highly, I found this to be highly good timing, if you will. The eggs are under attack, which is poultry. And egg producers, and there's an egg shortage, and they're out here wiping out hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of chickens, many of which are breeders that lay eggs. They're egg layers and that type of thing. And by the way, it is the cheapest meat that can be made to feed the masses. Whatever you agree with on that, but it does feed a lot of people. And this is under attack right along the same time that they're trying to get rid of raw milk, and they're pushing to get rid of raw milk. Seems to be an interesting set of timing. So yes, one more question. Is there even a reason to have the USDA anymore? Or have they outlived their usefulness? If they were ever useful, I don't know. Maybe they were. But things are definitely out of control. And I'm going to tell you what, it just, I want you to look at this. I'm going to put this back up because I think there's a lot said in that, bro. USDA plan for extermination called Stamp Out. And the question is just how far are they going? What all are they stamping out? But you know what? It's our tax dollars and it's our, stuff. So, and you know what? This is people's livelihoods. This is people's lives you're playing with, their farms, their families. I don't know. Just got a lot of problems with it. Creating artificial shortages is what I call this. And the fact that the USDA is very likely behind some of this spread with the migratory ducks and their labs playing around down in Georgia. Everything just kind of seems to line up right, as Keith said earlier, and I'm just not sure. But folks, I want to tell you what, there is a war. I ain't talking about guns and bullets. I'm talking about there is an ideological or a motivated, whatever the word is I'm looking for here. But we are under attack on our eggs and poultry and on our dairy, raw milk products. That's why legislation like SB SB 939 and House Bill 1048 or 1098. The House bill that's in Arkansas that's going through right now. That's why these states getting ahead, getting the legislatures in there protecting. There's a possibility. There's been a lot of call to eliminate the USDA altogether and put that back down to the states. And just like they're talking about with FEMA and the education departments. And I can't say that I disagree. It's time to get this under control. It's time for we the people to have control of our own food choices. And, Keith and I are all about this, but folks, we are under attack. There is a war on poultry. There is a war on eggs and poultry, and there's a war on our dairy and raw milk. They want everything in a centralized, controlled food system where they can control it. And that's who the magical they is. You can go through a long list of people, but it's out there, and we need to be awake. We need to be aware of it. And Todd, I'm not going to. I'm not going to share that publicly. I might agree with you. In fact, I will say that I do, but I'm not going to not going to post it. But let's just say we need to pray and be prepared. Anyway, Keith is on it this morning. He's giving us stuff. First case identified in Newfoundland, Canada, on the same migratory flyaway as Athens, Georgia, called the Atlantic Flyaway. Yeah, folks, it's out there. It's real. So just be aware. And if you've got birds, if you keep backyard flocks, listen, keep them clean, keep their pens and coops clean, or if you move them around, whatever, but keep them clean, keep them warm, keep them dry, make them happy. If they're old, they're 4 or 5 years old, get rid of them, go ahead, recycle, and get you some younger birds. Older birds are unhealthy. And they're subject to this stuff worse. Wash your hands, wear gloves, disinfect your hands. Don't be touching your eyes, your nose, face like that. Simple measures that can help keep this down. Keeping your birds clean, dry, and healthy. Keeping yourself hands clean. Just using basic measures. Same thing with your cow folk, dairy folks, and your cows. Keep your cows happy, healthy, clean. They get sick, separate them. Wash your hands, do what you got to do to be hygienical. Those things alone will help stop this. But listen, folks, that's where it's at. And we're going to get out of here. I went long today. I knew I was going to go long today because this topic, and there's a lot to cover. And doggone it, it just ticks me off. And so here we are. So take this information. There's a couple of links in the chat. Feel free to hit those links. Go check out Weston A. Price and also the avian, the daily detector commercial and backyard flocks list if you want to keep up with it. But definitely get on the Weston A. Price and the information that they share out. They are doing great things. Anyway, let's move it forward. Tip of the day. Here it is. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. That's kind of a good one. I like that. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Upcoming events, February 15th, that's Saturday. Upcoming events. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Not too late, guys. Not too late. The scam is on, but not too late. But anyway, upcoming events, February 15th, Southwest Arkansas Homesteading Conference, Nashville, Arkansas. February 21st, 22nd, Homesteaders of Iowa Expo 2025, Ottawa, Iowa, Monty Shrunk, Suburban Sodbuster, our friend. Keith, my brother, warning, listen, this program could be dangerous to your health. I don't know. Anyway, could save your life. Boston Mountain Homesteading Workshop, March 1st, 8:15, Fort Chester, Arkansas, my backyard. Right around the corner, March 21st, 22nd, Okie Homesteading Expo, Mays County Fairground, Pryor, Oklahoma. Tickets on sale, $50, 2-day passes. The lineup is great. It's going to be a good time, and we will be there and looking forward to seeing many of you all. Arkansas Homesteading Conference, March 29th, Cleveland County Fairgrounds in Rising, Arkansas. April 12th, New Beginnings Homestead Expo, Nowata, Oklahoma. Keith and I have been invited to be there, along with I know Dwayne Hall and others. So that's in Nowata, Oklahoma. So Joy, that's not too far from your place up there. And Keith, PSA, public service announcement, LOL. Anyway, the Shindig Ozark Living Expo, April 25th, 26th, Newton County Fair and Rodeo, Jasper, Arkansas. The Homesteading Conference, Waco, Texas, April 25th and 26th. Adults $99, kids $17. And also that is the weekend of the 10 Killer YouTuber meetup in Lake 10 Killer, Oklahoma. Look forward to that. Homestead Festival, Hardison Mills near Columbia, Tennessee, June 6th and 7th. That's at Rory Fick's place. That's going to be a good time. Ozark Homestead Expo, Marshville, Missouri, September 5th and 6th. Another great expo that happens up there. They do a phenomenal job and great lineups. Our very own Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, Southeast Expo Center, McAllister, Oklahoma, September 26th and 27th. You can go check them out on Facebook or oklahomahomesteadrendezvous.org. It's going to be a great time this year. And finally, Homesteaders of America Conference, Front Royal, Virginia, October 10th and 11th. I think they still got tickets. I want to check on that and get word back out on that. Anyway, folks, that is a wrap for today on the Farm2Table Direct Show Morning Edition. Thanks for joining in and sticking with us as we explore the headlines, stories impacting our world for now and in the future. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Appreciate you very much. And listen, folks, keep your head on a swivel out there. If you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to hit that like button, give us the old thumbs up, share it with friends, subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. It is the best way to stay connected and help grow the conversation about food, farming, and community. Again, folks, have a great, wonderful day. Go out, enjoy your day. Stay warm, stay dry, wherever you may be. Stay safe if you're driving. Until next time, keep your roots and your vision roots deep and vision growing. Good start. Food starts with great people like you. Remember, we are #stronger together. Be a blessing to someone today. We will see you all on the other side. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. Thank you all for joining us in. And be a blessing to someone today.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.